tables and the planets starting with Mercury, but the main thing I kept thinking was, I just hope I don't die. Then Dr. Shirley took my fluid away and we had to wait. In the next room I could hear the drone of the rosary. Beside my bed was a pretty miniature wooden chest with flowers and birds painted all over it. I kept my best stuff in the drawers, my First Communion prayer book with the pearl cover, some doll's eyes, a piece of blue eggshell, almost all the parts from my first watch, including the changeable colored bands that you could wear as bracelets, a parrot feather from Mexico, a real silver bullet, my dead turtle's dried-up shell, a pen and pencil set that was too good to use, the thumbtack my brother Johnny had stuck in my foot when I was asleep, 3 Irish coins, a painted fan, a desiccated beetle, our collie Billy's tooth. I can't remember everything, but I picked out what I thought each of my brothers and sisters would want, dividing everything fair and square into 6 neat piles, the eldest at the left. Then an ambulance siren drowned out the prayers of my family. Dr. Shirley walked in, not looking me in the eye, picked me up and carried me out of the bedroom past my mother, who was cheerfully saying how she got to ride in ambulances whenever she had to go to the hospital to have babies. I heard him tell her, "Better burn all that," referring to the 6 piles, each with a note. There were no goodbyes. Perhaps my brothers and sisters waved from the window, but I didn't look back. My father, my mother, and I were headed to the public wards for contagious diseases at Los Angeles General Hospital. Inside the ambulance, I squeezed my mother's hand while, through a rear window, tall, drab buildings skimmed past. I'd never seen downtown Los Angeles before. It was nothing at all like Beverly Hills. After entering the hospital, I was abruptly taken away from my parents without explanation and wheeled into an elevator. That was when I came apart. I screamed all the way upstairs to a big room where there were curtained cubicles and lots of children, all on gurneys, all screaming, just like me. A nurse wearing a mask over her nose and mouth hissed, "Be quiet, you're only making things worse for everybody." But I was beyond terror. I threw up. Everything hurt. My back, neck, legs, arms, and chest. It even hurt to breathe. Somewhere downstairs, my parents were eventually informed that the second spinal tap confirmed the diagnosis of polio. I didn't see them for 2 days, until visiting time, which was 20 minutes, 3 times a week, behind the glass window at the end of my room. By then I was a different person. The nurses and doctors dressed protectively and kept contact to a minimum. They always seemed busy, which of course they were, and some of them seemed frightened of their patients. Who could blame them? It was 1954 and polio was sweeping the country. Nobody knew how it was spread, so you didn't go to movies or swim in public pools because of germs. But we lived in Beverly Hills, and we had our own screening rooms, our own swimming pools. I used to worry about leprosy. I never thought I'd get polio. It was supposed to be a children's ward, but the iron lungs that lined the halls must have contained some adults, too. I could hear men's voices wheezing and shouting in the night. When my turn came to be in the iron lung, I kept calling out, "I'm okay, I feel fine now, please." But nobody came, and you can't even scratch your own nose. There were 4 beds in my ward and a crib in which lay a little girl about 2 years old with brown curls, a quiet little thing who never made a sound except for an occasional soft whimper, but I don't remember seeing her move. One night the lights went on and the curtains were pulled around her crib, and doctors and nurses all crowded into that corner in a hurry, talking loudly. I pulled the covers over my head and tried to pretend I was somewhere else, but that's not so easy when terrible voices fill the room. The next morning the crib was empty, and then I had to put that quiet little girl right out of my mind. The nights were hardest. I started sleeping with my head under the covers all the time. Kathy's bed was across the room from mine. She was 10, and unlike me, she never cried, even if it hurt, except for once when nobody came at visiting time. Kathy was lion-hearted brave, and I tried my best to be like her. Life in the hospital settled into a routine. As I improved, there were daily hot pack treatments, loathsome, and later water therapy, which was almost fun. When I was accidentally given a pair of boys' pajamas with fire engines on them instead of those humiliating gowns that open at the back, I wore them for a week and hid each day's clean nightgown under my mattress.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.